Breaking news!
On Tuesday, Update 4.8 launched, and with it, our first playable sovereign, Neuvillette, was nerfed, or bug fixed, as Hoyoverse says. The following 48 hours had so much backlash from the speedrun community and mainly the Chinese community that the following day, Hoyoverse issued a statement saying they were reversing the change. But why would Hoyoverse change Neuvillette this late in the cycle? This is a Genshin Impact investigation.
Hold that pose!
I want to preface this discussion with an idiom. Never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity. Now with that said, let's look at the facts. 1. On the 4.8 update, Hoyoverse had a bug fix that said, bug fix compensation for the issue whereby Neuvillette could rotate at unusually high speed when casting his charge attack, resulting in an abnormal attack range. This resulted in Neuvillette's laser to have a rotational speed maximum, and it was only Neuvillette and only his laser portion. I tested normal bow aiming, Nahida hold E, Charlotte hold E, and even Neuvillette's charge up time, and they were functionally unchanged. But once Neuv started shooting his laser, his speed was drastically lowered. 2. Neuvillette, since launch, has been one of the most popular characters in general and in Spiral Abyss usage. This is true of both casual play, as indicated by these usage charts, and also in pick ban / speedrunning. Following the nerf, a lot of complaints came from many players, primarily the CN server, who took things a little too far. Following the threats, Hoyoverse released a statement that they were rolling the change back, with some further explanation of their reasoning, namely citing consistent experiences between devices and graphical quality being hindered while spinning. 3. Following in patch 5.0, we will be receiving a new Hydro character, Mualani. Without getting into leaks, from the trailer shown in the last livestream, she has some kind of movement tech built into her kit. As some of the headliners for the new region, Hoyoverse probably wants some good performance, perhaps correcting for the lukewarm performance of Linny on Fontaine's release. I am implying what you think I am implying.
Truth bomb!
There's a possibility that Hoyoverse chose to nerf Neuvillette now, as they believe they have gotten most of the roles that people are going to do on Neuvillette, weakening him just in time for the new Hydra character release. He already got his second rerun back in 4.5 after all. But this nerf kind of functioned like reverse mouse acceleration. It slowed down your mouse as you increased in speed. This means, even if you weren't going to do the spin around tech, you'd still feel the nerf as you attempted to change targets, especially in this abyss, which has enemies spawning all over the place.
Careful!
I'm going to get into leak territory now, so skip to the timestamp on screen if you'd like to avoid leaks. Mualani is one of the first characters we're getting from Notlin, and she is another Hydro Catalyst, like Barbara, Mona, Kokomi, and Neuvillette. Her combat gimmick is surfing to enemies and accruing stacks by running into them, then unleashing a very high scaling elemental skill when she has enough stacks. This means she excels in chasing enemies that move around a lot or have far spawn point locations. Again, the current abyss. What I'm suggesting is that Neuvillette could have been nerfed on his ability to change targets to avoid stepping on Mualani's niche. This potentially sets a scary precedent. While there is no outright law against nerfing gacha characters, there is a reasonable argument that it falls under some bait and switch laws. And even beyond legality, outright nerfs feel bad and are very visible to the community. A soft nerf or bug fix like this could be a way to get around it. Since Neuvillette's rotational speed isn't something that's visible to the player in his stat screen, it was something that could be bug fixed without changing any player visible numbers. Other, more important things to game balance also fall under that category, namely damage and elemental application ICD. This has happened before. Xingqiu's Hydro application in 1.1 was significantly nerfed, changing his burst Hydro ICD, which resulted in Klee being unable to vape her best combos and making her weaker than D-Loop. Was Hoyoverse doing an intentional nerf to push Mualani sales? This reporter will let the viewer decide. And remember, never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity. Thanks for watching.